Hello everyone, my name is Matt and welcome back to my channel where we talk all things music and superhero. Today we're going to focus on a show on HBO, DC's The CW's Batwoman. This is a show that subverts the standard superhero idiom. The first season of Batwoman premiered on October 6, 2019 on the CW. The series is based on the DC Comics character Kate Kane, otherwise known as Batman, and shares the world with other Arrowverse television series from the CW. The Batwoman for this season was Kate Kane, played by Ruby Rose, a white woman. To recap Season 1, Batman is gone from Gotham. Bruce's cousin Kate Kane unpurposefully takes Bruce's place as the Batwoman when she is kicked out of boarding school for being lesbian. She ultimately deals with many things, including LGBTQ+ issues and her identity as a female CEO within Wayne Tech. Her partner in justice was Luke Fox, son of Lucius Fox, creator of all of Batman's technology and vehicles. The biggest shocker of Season 2 is that Kate Kane is replaced by a black Batwoman, Ryan Wilder, making the show a new black media study form. The previous Batwoman was a white silver spoon heiress with the best combat and survivalist training money could buy. Javisha Leslie playing Ryan Wilder, an impoverished black orphan who is abused by the foster system to prison pipeline, also discovers the Batsuit and redefines the heroine. One of the most profound lines comes from the second season during a conflict between Luke and Ryan. This could be seen as a response to the current cultural discourse surrounding calls for a wider racial representation on TV, and especially people that are role models. Ryan says, "Trust me, I know I'm not a symbol because I'm a number. I'm inmate 40757, 18 months for a crime I didn't commit." She's a symbol for all those who have been in similar situations and for black people who deal with prejudice. A lot of the second season is Ryan overcoming the previous representation of Batwoman. Also, the commander of the Crows, the police force that Kate's father commands, declares war on Batwoman. This leads to social commentary on the show about police brutality, racism, and targeting. With Kate being gone and the militarized Crows waging war on Batwoman, the show really leans into police brutality against black and non-white characters. This undercutting message boils over in Season 2, Episode 15, Armed and Dangerous, when unarmed Luke is shot by corrupt law enforcement. Batwoman works to find the corrupt agents and the cure while Luke wrestles with Bruce Wayne and his father in unconscious purgatory like haze. The writers took it in a dark direction because Luke struggles over wanting to live in a world where he is shot based on his skin color. Cameron Johnson, Luke's actor, said it well. He was trying to be a good guy and save the day, and he still got shot because of that reason. The fact that he was saying, "Why live in a world where it's dark and so much the world is against me because of my skin color?" This direct political and social commentary makes me think back to a reading by Christina Ackham that analyzes how black women have changed the way they performed in order to make a societal impact. They were making their shows politicized. In an article, Ackham says that characters in Julia from 1968 to 71 and Good Times 1974 to 79 demonstrates how black women in particular use not only the television text, but also popular magazines and journals as forums for black social and political concerns. These outlets produced counter-narratives that combated the co-optation of television shows by a white-controlled industry. That's from Respect Yourself Ackham on page 110. In an interview with NBC News prior to the release of Season 3, Javisha Leslie was interviewed about her historic role as the first black Batwoman, and she said, "I was like, oh my god, this is bigger than me just being excited to become a superhero, or me being excited to even have a role." NBC further discovered that Leslie graduated from Hampton University, a historically black college in Virginia, and said her experience there confirmed and reinforced what she already knew. Community success exists detached from trauma. Growing up in a predominantly black area where her peers were usually black, so attending an HBCU was a continued exposure to what was possible for her. With her working knowledge of black people in authority positions, power, and holding positions at the HBCU, coming to Batwoman felt like a norm to her, and she wanted that to be a norm for everyone, similar to what Julia and Good Times had created with their counter-narratives that combated the usual superhero co-optation by a white-controlled industry. Superheroes are not just for white people. Superheroes are extraordinary people who sacrifice for the general good of everyone. Even though a superhero show is not the usual outlet to show activism and race and sexuality, the DC CW found an outlet and opened it wide up to Johnson and Leslie with portrayals of the Black narrative, acting as part of activism and should be continued to be examined in how it affects societal views of race and representation.